Hi, it's me, Kat, and I'm back. I'm just cleaning and clearing the area. All stuck, stagnant, evil entities, energies, getting rid of them, transmuting them into positive, loving, healing energies. For a while now, I've been wanting to do a follow-up on the summer wells. And I know one of you asked me to, so I'm definitely doing that. I've been so drained. This is not something a lot of people talk about with tarot. When it doesn't matter if it's tarot or if it's oracle or working with spirit. It makes me very tired. It's very draining. It's very difficult. It's not as easy as some people make it look. Some people make it look like it's just easy as making pie, but maybe some people think that making pie isn't very easy. So it's just something to be aware of. So I'm going to be using a different deck. I got a new deck. I actually found this in Target. I think it was, yeah. Ooh, right off the bat. Okay, I've got a few cards that are popping up. Oh, wow, I didn't expect that to happen. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We've got the Magician. Is this focus in? And we've got the High Priestess. Okay, so, sorry, my dog is working on one of his Christmas presents that a friend gave him. It was called yak cheese. He really enjoyed it. Okay, so the Magician was the first one that pops out. So I feel like something is being hidden about summer. Like a man and a woman definitely know something. So the Magician tends to be someone who is an alchemist, so to speak, so changes things, sort of like Jesus turned water into wine, an alchemist. So I'm getting a really strong feeling that there is something about a church. I'm also seeing in here, we see a chalice, we see a pentacle. Now, don't be scared by this. This doesn't mean that whoever it is a Satanist. This means that whoever this is protecting her. They think they were protecting her. We see the dagger, the sword, like the sword of Archangel Michael, and an attempt to protect this little girl. And of course, with the infinity sign, the infinite knowledge. Someone is possessing a lot of knowledge about this little girl and has not come forward yet. I feel like someone's going to say something pretty soon. This is going to be pretty soon. I'll do more of a deep dive into this to find out. The High Priestess. So there's a woman involved in this as well. And she is protecting. This is another card. The High Priestess is sitting in her throne. She looks very regal, right? And we've got the sign of a cross. This is something to do with a church. I'm really picking up on church vibes. Whoa. Come on, dude. Do you need to play with your yak cheese like right there? Sorry. Crazy dog. So can we do a follow-up on these two cards and tell us where is Summer? Oh, Summer Wells. Where is she? a son. This has a little girl in this one. Did Summer like horses? Seriously, Amour. Sorry, I apologize. Does she like dogs? And flowers? These look like sunflowers. What do you think? I think they look like sunflowers. Is she somewhere where there are sunflowers? And horses, and it's sunny outside? Like Summer, like her name, Summer. Where is Summer? Where is little Summer Wells? Amour. I love. Is this necessary? Do I have to take this away from you? I'm sorry. Now he wants to move this thing. Where is Summer Wells? Where is the little girl, Summer Wells? What happened to her? Where is she? Okay, this is going the opposite way, so I'm going to pull this out. It's the Fool. Is she near the edge of something? She went on a journey. And this goes back into, I was having dreams at one point of her being like carried down a hill. I don't know a lot about this case. I only know about a few things. But here, there's a dog. Again, we see a dog. We see like a little pretty dress, a dog, sunny, a little satchel. See, now in my dream, she was wrapped up in a blanket and she was handed off to someone. What does that mean? Right near the edge. And the Fool card does mean travel. So I feel like she was taken. She traveled somewhere. The Nine of Cups. My Nine of Cups, you guys. This is another male figure or male energy. She's being protected. This is very, if you take a look at this card, this person is sitting here like this. I'm not gonna budge. I'm not gonna tell you anything. Someone's going to be forced into talking about this. People know something and they're just not saying. But by not saying, that's obstruction of justice. So they're going to have to come forward. They're going to have to speak eventually. And they will. Because it's against the law to obstruct justice. And an investigation. Unless the investigation has stopped, let me know if you know what's going on with the case, because I really haven't been keeping up with it. I'm just doing the reading because I wanted to. Where is Little Summer? Where's Little Summer Wells? I need to be specific and say Summer Wells because I've had students named Summer. And I don't want to find one of my students named Summer. I want to find Summer Wells. Where is Little Summer Wells? Little girl went missing. So how many years has it been? She went missing when? 2021? Summer of 2021? Where is Little Summer Wells? Okay. King of Swords, more male energy. She's being protected. Sort of like the sword that we saw before. She's being protected. Okay, so let's look into this card for some answers of an area. So we're seeing trees. She is somewhere beautiful. Somewhere in nature. Somewhere where there's trees. Somewhere there's birds flying outside. There's clouds. There's a man that's protecting her. Or a woman that's in a male energy that's protecting her. Again, these cards read more energies than they do actual genders, so to speak. So this is someone in a masculine energy. But the interesting thing is here, we've got the King of Swords. We've got the Nine of Cups. We've got the High Priestess. We've got the Magician. The Magician also has the infinity symbol, and we're seeing what looks like above his crown. It's sort of like the infinity symbol, but it's a little disjointed and broken, maybe. So maybe someone knows a lot and another person doesn't know quite as much, but they're just there to protect this little girl. Okay. So I'm going to ask a difficult question because I think we want to know what the truth is. Is Little Summer Wells still alive? Just give me a yes or no on this. I'm just going to go for a yes or no. Is Little Summer Wells still alive? Little Summer Wells still alive. Little Summer Wells still alive. Please and thank you. There's my guide. Help me think the most accurate reading of where she is and how she is. It's upright, you guys. I did another one where on a different channel that I've been trying to start, where it came up a little differently, but a lot of the same cards came out, but this one did not. So we've got Lovers. With an angel. Oh, maybe I shouldn't show this card. For any kids that are watching, yeah, I need to do a little edit, I guess. Right. I know I'm going to be banned from YouTube, right? It's art, people. She is very possibly with a couple being hidden. So what's the truth about little Summer Wells? Where is she? I'm picking up on a male energy that's very mad. Interesting. Seven of Cups. So there's knowledge. Someone is turning their back on the fact that they've got knowledge about this little girl and they're not talking about it. And again, I'm seeing a moon with a face on it. What's that story? Goodbye Moon. Is that one of her favorite stories? Good Night Moon, is that what it is? Someone's literally turning their back on this situation. But I'm picking up on a very angry male energy, let me tell you. Let me clarify the Seven of Cups, please. Clarify the Seven of Cups, please. Thank you. Clarify the Seven of Cups, please. Ooh. Another seven. Seven of Swords. This is a difficult burden to carry. And someone's like, I have all of this and I'm walking off and I know something and I'm not saying anything. You're kind of looking behind like, hey, that's all in the past now. Have you forgotten about us yet? Look what I have. I've got the swords. I've got the knowledge. I'm the holder of the cups, but I'm turning my back on it. Yeah. Wow. 7, 7. 7, of course, is a lucky number. Give me a little bit more insight on the 7 of Swords, please. Insight on the 7 of Swords. Can you clarify that energy, please? Thank you. Huh. Knight of Pentacles. So again, we're coming across protective energy. Horses are also known to be a protective energy. And again, it's another horse. And knights are protective. This is a very protective energy. It's almost like someone doesn't want me to talk about this. I think that's why I feel a very angry male energy. Someone does not want me to talk about this. And again, we see little trees. See mountains. I seem to remember in my other reading, I was using oracle cards. I don't have those with me right downstairs. Those are upstairs. And the oracle cards, if I remember correctly from the prior readings that I've done, a woman with red hair was coming out and a male energy was coming out. And we're seeing more about the male energy. So can we focus on the feminine energy with the woman with red hair? And can we clarify on that, please? Thank you. Interesting. So see these chalices? This is the Six of Cups. And in these chalices, we're seeing different symbols. So we're seeing a symbol of a snake. We're seeing the face of a girl. We're seeing what looks like a palace. See, just take a look here for a minute. We're seeing someone looking at them and admiring everything that they've got in their cups. I don't necessarily always read by the actual meanings of the cards. I also get kind of interesting visions when I look at cards. Different things pop up, and going by also what is being depicted in the card, I think is always important too, and to look towards that. So we're seeing a mountain and a mountainous area. Looks like a castle, sunflowers, a wreath. Maybe they still have up a wreath for Christmas. Someone with golden hair. Maybe this person has dyed their hair and it now is blonde. I'm getting the feeling that someone has dyed their hair. And these cups are floating on clouds. So it's like this person is almost like on, well, if you flip the 6 upside down, it's a 9. So it's almost like this person is on cloud 9. I have a child. Maybe this is someone that hasn't been able to have children. I'm very clearly hearing, I want you to let this go. Wow, okay. I want people to let this go and release this. Well, this little girl went missing and people want to know what happened. And maybe that's what we need to do, as mysterious as this is. If this little girl, honestly, let's think about this for a minute. If we were to find little Summer Wells, would we want her sent back to, I saw some photos years ago when this first happened of the kind of conditions she was living in. Would you want that little girl to go back to that? Is that fair to her? No. So maybe she's in a place where she's being treated well. I mean, she's being protected. There's a man and a woman that love her very much, and they're very much in love. And this is sort of like their angel baby that they want to take care of and nurture. And that's what she deserves, right? Would you want her to go back to the hell that she was living in? I certainly wouldn't. I would want the best for that little girl. I think everyone does. So no matter where we find her, if she is still alive, let's hope that she is being supported and loved and encouraged, because it sounded like, I know when I first found out about this and I started to do a little bit of reading about it, that she was verbally stunted and emotionally stunted and had a hard time speaking about things that happened in her life. And that right there is not just a sign of autism, it's also a sign of trauma that people are not aware of. People are very quick to say that's autism. It's not always autism. Sometimes it's trauma. I know when I was a little girl, I didn't speak up right away. And back then, people didn't talk about trauma or autism. They just thought it was weird. Yeah, I am a little weird. I'll leave it to that. Okay, let's focus on summer. Is summer in a good place? Is summer in a good place emotionally? Is summer in a good place emotionally? Yes. And again. 7. How old is she now? Is she 7? How old is she? This is what, the 3rd card now of 7? Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that are 7. Wow. Okay. So here we're seeing someone looking very content. They're looking at the pentacles that have built up, looking at the protection. She's being protected. She feels protected. She feels protected. And that's what's important. She deserves to be protected. It's sort of like being protected in a mountain of a different area. A mountain of lies protecting her identity and where she is. I think, you guys, we need to let this go. Very little summer wells. Sometimes I wish you guys could hear what I hear. Closer than you think. I'm clairaudient. So I'm just going to talk about my gifts for a minute. I am technically a shaman. I may have talked about this a little bit before in another video. I'm clairaudient, I'm clairsentient, I'm clairvoyant. I have dreams about people, places, things that haven't happened yet, things that have happened in the past. I did a TikTok earlier and I was doing it over and over and over and over again. So I was talking about this symbol that I'm wearing. I don't know if this is gonna focus in on this properly. This is Fenrir. We did DNA on me, and of course, my parents, their DNA too. So we found Norse, Scandinavian, Viking. There's some really cool stuff in there. And I've always really been into mythology, so I started doing more of a deep dive into all of that. And when I was a little girl, I had some pretty messed up dreams, and some of them were really scary. So I dreamt about horses galloping. I dreamt about ravens. I dreamt about a woman riding on what looked like a very bristly golden pig. I had some really strange dreams, let me tell you. I was a little girl and I didn't know anything about Norse mythology at this point. I knew the Valkyries from my father directed opera, and I knew the music, but I didn't know anything about Norse mythology because I didn't understand it. And so when I became older, I started looking into it more. And boy, was I shocked when I saw the art depicting the woman that used to come to me in my dreams. The woman that used to come to me in my dreams. Long blonde hair, wearing this beautiful coat of feathers. And she kept saying, "I'm here for you, my love. I'm here to protect you." Freya. And Freya, if you know a little bit about Norse mythology, is protective, beauty, love, but she's also like goddess of war. And Freya lost the love of her life, Odr, not Odin, but Odr. Well, and technically you're supposed to, I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, you're supposed to roll the R's, Odr. So in Iceland and in Norway, they tend to roll their R's a little bit more. And so I'm telling you this because I'm going to get to something that's coming up for this reading about summer. I feel like one of these, especially the male figure, has the same type of DNA as I do. We're talking about someone very protective, someone that is not going to spill the beans. Whoa, sorry. Someone who wants to keep her safe and sound. And maybe I'm beginning to feel like maybe they couldn't have children. No, I can't have children. That didn't work for me. I've had several miscarriages and baby loss. And I'm feeling like something very, very, very similar happened to this couple. And they were just devastated the last time they lost a child. And, you know, grief makes people do crazy things. It really, really does. I mean, one of my best friends died in 2010. I have not been the same since, let me tell you. And when my babies died, I went a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I went a little crazy. I think it's understandable. Okay, this card on top wants to come out. The Knight of Wands. So we've got another knight. So definitely horses, protective energy again. The Knight of Wands writing to her. Is that an ankh? I think it's supposed to be a flower, but it looks like an ankh. Don't these look like little ankhs instead of little flowers? Little mountains. Yeah, I feel like she's in a mountainous area with horses. And it's protected. I'll find out a little bit more about the female energy that is taking care of summer. The woman with the red hair who has dyed her hair and cut it. Changed it a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit more about the woman that's taking care of summer? Okay, I'm gonna look at. Ooh, interesting. I read tarot a little bit differently than other people do. So at first we see death, and of course we think, ooh, that's not good. What does that mean? Death means change. And the card right next to it means temperance. Okay? So, or is temperance, rather. And you see, of course, you're going to see the angel wings because of this deck. So again, with death, we're seeing another horse. So with temperance, okay, as we take a look at this, she is taking from one chalice and putting into another. So it's sort of like that idea of a bird when she takes care of her little birds. Of course, she's not going to do the same thing, but you know, pouring from their mouth into their birds' mouths. So she's taking the goodness from her and putting it to Summer, to caring for her, to loving her, to protecting her, to surrounding her with angel wings, so to speak, in an area where she's running around barefoot, right? Bare feet. And this woman is probably running around barefoot with her near maybe a little creek with flowers and hey, you know what? We've got this a symbol of the triangle or the triad. So yeah, there's just several different ways of looking at the triad. So you can look at it as the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So someone that is very religious, someone that I feel, I'm so sorry about my noisy dog. At least he's not crying or singing. That's very different. Someone that's very religious and taking her beliefs and instilling them into Summer so she can have more positive beliefs and feel better about herself. And taking her love and putting it into her. Giving her love. This, I feel like it's a really, really beautiful message, but I'm feeling like, well, okay, we'll take those two cards. I'm feeling like there's a very strong male energy that I'm hearing that's like, give this up now. Can we just let this little girl be? We've got male energy coming through. So we've got the Hanged Man. So we really might not find out about where Summer is for like 12 years. You know, how many cases have there been of kids that disappear and then years later you don't find them until they're an adult? I think this is going to be the case with Summer. I'm not reading into this like the normal way I would with the meaning of the Hanged Man. I really am not. I feel like, you know that game where you find letters, you're trying to guess the word. I feel like she's playing that with him. And again, Amiri, you gotta let this go. And we also have the Five of Swords. So for two of these people, they're in great despair and sorrow, which is understandable. You know, if you've lost a child, you go into great despair and sorrow. But this person looks awfully happy, don't they? The person wielding the sword. It's like these people are running up against a brick wall. It's like we've all been running, I think even including people that have been trying to do some journalistic, findings to try and find her. They're running into brick walls. They're not finding it. The swords that are lying on the ground, they're like, yeah, no, I'm done. I don't know what else to do, right? And this person wielding the rest of the swords is like, I've got the rest of them, and you can't take them from me. I've got the knowledge. She's like, I got the knowledge. I'm holding on to it. The truth will come out when the time is right. Can I get some clarification on that? The Five of Swords, please. I find this to be a very curious energy. I feel like this person people, rather, they're not doing this to hurt the family. They are doing this because of Summer. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the card. I'm not looking off into space. I'm looking at the card. Justice. Ooh. Justice. Yes. There's some Libra energy coming through on this one. There's the scales of justice. Libra energy. Air. An air sign. Holding the sword of truth and balancing. It's a balance. This is very random. We've got 11. My friend and I used to joke because we used to watch this is Spinal Tap over and over and over again. So our joke used to be turn it up to 11. I don't know why that's coming back to me, but it's coming back for a reason. So we may not be honestly finding her for 11, 12 years. And I know we don't want to know now, but it's gonna take some time. And we'll find out the truth, and we'll know the truth. Someone's holding on to it, and they're holding on to it. And they were going to wield that sort of truth eventually, but they're holding on to it. Okay, this is getting a little long, but I'll do one more clarification card. So let's do another, whoops. There we go. Oh. You guys. It's the Ten of Swords. And it fell to the floor. I feel like all of the knowledge, all of these swords would literally, the swords of truths that have built up over the years on this family that originally Summer is from, is seriously just all stabbing them in the back. See, the interesting thing with these cards, they're a little bit different from other cards that I have, and it's just giving me very different energies. So with other cards, the Ten of Swords kind of depicts the stab wounds a little bit differently, maybe a little bit more gorily, but here it's just sort of like this golden color. You see this? So like that golden color of truth. What's that saying? The truth is golden. Right. Someone is in great despair and great hurt, as I think any mother or father would be if their child were taken from them, especially giving her over maybe willingly. But I'm not picking up on Summer being hurt in any way. I am more picking up on the fact that she is being highly protected and people don't want to talk about it. They want to keep her safe. And the truth would really, really hurt some people. And I feel like, obviously, this is the Ten of Swords, so there's like 10 truths about someone and her family, and that is the reason why she is not being returned to them, and this is the reason why they are not coming forward and saying where she is, because Summer was taken away when she was about 5 years old. So how much has happened to her? What 10 things happened to this little girl before the age of 5? That's awful. That is horrendous. Children deserve better than that. They really do. And if she's in a better place with good people, let it be. I say just let it be. Let the truth come out when the right time is made available, when she's safe, when she feels secure, and she's ready to talk about it, I say. So try to let this go. And I know it's not easy. We want to know what's going on, but I think we need to try and release that and let the truth come out when it's ready to. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around, please subscribe and hit that like button. Share it to your friends. Let them know. This is what I'm picking up on Summer Wells. We'll find out eventually, but it's not going to be right away. It's going to be in like 11, 12 years from now. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.